So, this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but I had some technical problems and couldn't release it yesterday. But in order not to throw the video away, I decided to post it for you. Thanks for your attention. For those of you with money in your pocket, eager to dive into the latest releases but unsure about what to play, worry not. In this video, you'll discover the most anticipated titles of February as voted by the community. I'm Victor, and welcome to Game Chronicles. The first game on this list, and the closest to release, is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Who are we killing?
The Justice League.
Developed by Rocksteady Studios, known for the fantastic Batman, Arkham series, and published by Warner Bros., this action-packed shooter is both a spin-off of the Batman, Arkham series, and a sequel to Batman, Arkham Knight. Set in the open world of Metropolis Superman City, you'll have the opportunity to play as various characters, including Captain Boomerang, King Shark, Deadshot, and the iconic Harley Quinn. The game unfolds 5 years after Batman Arkham Knight, where Amanda Waller forms the Suicide Squad to confront Brainiac, who has taken control of Justice League members in Metropolis. Whether you were already intrigued or just became interested, the game is set to launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC on February 2nd, 2024. Now, on to the next game, number 2. Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload is going to be a remake of Persona 3, released in 2006. Let's say it's the 4th main installment in the Persona series. In the storyline, the protagonist is a high school student who returns to his hometown 10 years after a tragic car accident that took the lives of his parents. He gains the ability to summon a persona, a manifestation of his inner spirit, and joins the specialized extracurricular execution squad, a group with the same gift. Together, they confront shadows during the dark hour, unraveling the mystery surrounding this phenomenon. Persona 3 Reload is an enhanced version of the original Persona 3, incorporating improvements from subsequent Persona series releases. Obviously, the game features enhanced graphics, mechanics, and aesthetics inspired by Persona 5. And of course, a bunch of other things that if I mentioned, the video would last 30 minutes. For those eagerly awaiting its release and losing sleep over the anticipation, calm down. The game is set to launch on February 2nd, 2024, which is this week. Fans have long been asking for a remake, especially with the series' global popularity. Thankfully, their wishes have been heard. No more beating around the bush. Let's move on to number 3. Sorry, I couldn't take it. In the first game, Helldivers 1 is a top-down shooter, RTS style, but Helldivers 2 is different. It's also a shooter, but this time it's in third person. Similar to the first game, players can choose stratagems, which, for those unfamiliar, are the aerial deployments players can summon. These include sentinel weapons, shield generators, collective bombs, and supply capsules. Another cool aspect is that the armor system and anti-armor weapons are based on real firearms, making the game obviously more realistic. Helldivers 2 takes place in a science fiction universe, in which humanity is now ruled by the controlled democracy of Super Earth. The Helldivers are elite soldiers sent by Super Earth to fight the galactic war and protect the planet and humanity from various alien and foreign threats. The game's multiplayer supports up to 4 players, allowing them to explore unique planets, tackle objectives together, and enhance their gear through an extensive progression system. And for those already wondering when this game will launch, hold your horses. It's set to release on February 8th, 2024 for PlayStation 5 and PC. Oh, and one very important thing. The multiplayer features has friendly fire. Moving on to the next game, number 9. Which happens to be a remastered edition of not just one game, but the classic Tomb Raider trilogy. Well, in this case, there's nothing new except for the graphics. Perhaps I researched it wrong? Maybe. In this remastered edition, we'll get all 3 classics along with the DLCs. For those who haven't played the classics, let me give you a quick rundown. In the first Tomb Raider released in 1996, Lara Croft, a British archaeologist, embarks on an expedition to uncover the hidden secrets of the lost city of Atlantis. Hold on, not that Atlantis, another Atlantis. However, she encounters mysterious forces trying to thwart her discoveries. Tomb Raider 2 isn't much different because Lara Croft always ends up on some journey to a strange place with some problem. But Lara is in search of the Dagger of Xi'an, I think that's how it's pronounced, which grants supernatural powers. The game takes us to exotic locations like the Great Wall of China and the icy seas of Tibet. Going a bit off script, I don't know why it's written here that the Great Wall of China is more exotic and different than the lost city of Atlantis. But okay. Now, Tomb Raider 3, once again on a mission to find artifacts, but this time they are 4 mystical artifacts called elemental stones. Each stone is associated with an element, like earth, fire, air, water. And once again, it takes us to exotic places such as the Amazon rainforest and the South Pole. They're more exotic than... never mind. For those interested in spending a good amount of money on a game that already exists, it's set to launch on February 14th, 2024, and will be available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. Now on to the next number, number 8, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones was announced in 2008, and it's only now in 2024 that it's set to be released, I hope, similar to a certain other game.
Hey, watch it! Careful! What? I'm working.
Over the years, this game had multiple delays. It was scheduled for release, but kept getting pushed back several times. As I always say, it's better to delay and give the game time to be better upon release than to rush it out and have it filled with bugs. But that's not always true.
Bloodstains. Not quite scrubbed clean. Where's the blood from? It yours?
I'm 100% sure it's not ours.
Recently, the game had a closed beta where players could play for 6 hours between December 14th and 18. However, it seemed like there was still a lot missing. It wasn't everything the trailers showed, it seemed incomplete. To the surprise of many, there will be another beta before the launch from February 8th to 11, just a bit before its release on February 16th. Both the beta and the final game will be available for Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5 and PC. Okay, but what's the game about? Spit it out. Hold on, gamer number 1, I'm getting there. Skull and Bones is a cooperative open-world action RPG with a pirate theme. Obviously, the main focus of the game is naval battles, but players also have on-land activities like contract collection. The game features a naval combat system that offers detailed ship customization, with 10 ships, each with a unique benefit. You can customize them with weapons, armor, and skins. And not to forget pets. In this game, you can have your kitty and your puppy. Wait, no puppy? But there are lemurs? What? And talking a bit about the story. There's no story because you create your own story. How amazing is that? You start as a shipwrecked captain embarking on a journey, going from poor, unable to afford 2 fish and a pizza, to rich and owning your own fish market and pizzeria. Just kidding, you can't really build your own fish and pizza business, but that would be cool if you could. On a serious note, the game has some important characters that contribute to a narrative, which, let's be honest, isn't a traditional campaign. But if you're crazy about any kind of lore, maybe you'll enjoy it and won't mind, who knows? Enough talk about Skull and Bones. Let's move on to number 7, which is Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake is a remake, of course, of the old original game released for the Game Boy Advance and was featured in the last Nintendo Direct. It differs from many remakes and remasters that don't add anything new, but this one is different. It adds a local co-op mode. The game begins with Donkey Kong kidnapping Mario's miniatures, leading to a frantic search by Mario. The gameplay features clever puzzles and challenging obstacles, requiring your intelligence and skill, and also controlling the Mini-Marios to help you. The game is set to launch on February 16th, 2024 for the Nintendo Switch. Warhammer 40,000, Chaos Gate Demon Hunter, V12, 200 cubic centimeters, 1,200 horses, Deluxe. Actually, this game already exists for PC and will now be released for consoles. For those who don't know, is a turn-based tactical game. The player commands a squad of Grey Knights. The mission involves combating the forces of Nurgle, seeking to unleash the plague called Bloom in the galaxy. The game was initially released on May 5th, 2022 for PC. But if you're addicted to this game and want it on all platforms, or if you just don't have a PC, you'll be able to play it on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on February 20th, 2024. Let's move on to the next number, number 5, the Thaumaturge. Imagine yourself in 1905, in Warsaw under Russian rule, where soldiers, merchants, and citizens with different worldviews coexist. As Wiktor Sulski, a thaumaturge with supernatural powers, you'll face difficult choices in a world filled with mysteries and ethereal beings called saluters. You shape the story with your decisions, develop your own thaumaturge, and confront enemies with shifting abilities and powers from the demons, saluters. Manipulate the temperaments of other characters, harness the power of saluters to explore the world, and uncover secrets in a Warsaw from the early 20th century, full of crime and lust. This game has piqued my curiosity with its concept. Maybe I'll give it a try, but what matters here is you. If you're intrigued by the game, just like me, know that it's set to launch on February 20th, 2024 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. An important note is that the company developing this game is the same one that made the remake of the first Witcher game. I don't know if that's useful information for you, but forget about it. If you would like to subscribe and leave a like for the channel, I would be very grateful, as it will help the channel to grow and for me to produce more videos for you. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any videos. Thank you. Moving on to number 4, Bandletale. Bandletale is a spin-off of League of Legends. The story takes us to Novalandia, a peculiar island where knitting is everyone's passion. How cute, doesn't sound like a LOL game at all. We follow a shy Yordle, who after completing their 101-year training is eager to explore Bandle City beyond the magical portals. However, a disastrous party destroys the portals, altering their plans. Armed with knitting magic and determination, sorry, the Yordle embarks on a journey to restore the portals and reunite Bandle City, facing challenges, making new friends, and unraveling secrets. We are transported into the charming, magical world of Bandle City. I know, it's beautiful. For those of you tired of getting a bad team and losing in ranked matches and looking for something LOL related, if you're interested, it will be available for Nintendo Switch and PC on February 21st, 2024. Next up, number 3, Nightingale. Nightingale is a first-person, open-world PvE game, offering a survival and construction experience that can be played solo or with friends. After the collapse of the arcane portal network, you find yourself adrift in the dangerous realms of the Fae. Your goal is to become a skilled realm walker and discover the path to the magical city of Nightingale, the last refuge of humanity. The game has various other features, including unique biomes. It seems like the kind of game that, once you start playing, you won't know what day, week, or month it is, because you'll be so immersed. Not even your mom will recognize you when you finally leave your room. Another thing I want to mention is that this is another survival game, among many others that have been released recently. Is it a sign that something is happening this year? I don't know. But one thing I do know, this game will have to be incredible to compete with other survival games like the fantastic Palworld. If you're a survival game enthusiast looking for something new to play or just want to have fun with friends, it's set to launch on February 22nd, 2024, exclusively for PC. Number 2. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. 505 Games promises that the remake of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons will feature refreshed visuals, obviously, and some surprises for those who played the original adventure. It will stay true to the original 2013 game, but will allow you to play both solo and with friends in local gameplay. Once again, a brief summary of the game. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is an emotionally charged journey following two brothers, Naya and Nai, on a quest to find a cure to save their ailing father. In a magical and diverse world, they face challenges and overcome obstacles, interacting with unique characters. As the game progresses, the emotional connection between the brothers deepens. If you enjoyed the game, know that the release is scheduled for February 28, 2024 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. Let's go to the last game on this list, perhaps the most anticipated and acclaimed of the month. Yeah, folks, I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the continuation of the Final Fantasy VII series.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
It can't be.
Continuing after the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake, the game begins with the escape of the Midgar group. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the second chapter of a trilogy that reimagines the iconic Final Fantasy VII from 1997 for the PlayStation. The protagonist, Cloud Strife, a former Shinra soldier, joins the Avalanche group to resist the exploitation of the Shinra Corporation. The gameplay isn't much different from what already existed. You can explore the open world, only more expansive, and players can use chocobos to move through the realms. The narrative focuses on the fight against Midgar's tyranny, which exploits and controls the planet's life energy. The main antagonist is Sephiroth, a legendary soldier presumed dead, who seeks to summon the destructive meteor to attain divinity. The story unfolds from the departure of Midgar to the Forgotten Capital, rearranging the order of explored locations compared to the original game. If you're a fan of the series and have been waiting, it will still take a little while, at least a few days. But this month it will be available on February 29th, 2024, on PlayStation 5. Well folks, that was the video. I hope it was useful in some way. If you have another cool game in mind that's releasing in February and you'd like to share, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thanks a lot everyone, and appreciate it.